Okay, good morning, children. I'm continuing with the chapter, thank you, ma'am, where I had explained you all these two pages beforehand. Today, we are going to start from this page. Here, what did we read last? That the boy says his name is Roger, and Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones, she gives Rogers a clean towel and warm water to clean his face. Okay. Now coming up to the next page. You gonna take me to jail, said the boy, bending over the sink. Now he was still afraid. He asked, you're going to take me to the jail. Not with that face. I would not take you nowhere, said the woman. Now the woman said, with that dirty face, I will not even take you to the jail. First you wash your face and then you come to me. Here I am trying to get home to cook me a bit of eat and you snatch my pocketbook. Now the woman is saying, here I am rushing home to get back and cook something for myself and eat it and you snatch my pocketbook. Maybe you ain't been to supper either. Late as it be, have you? Now the woman asked him that, did you have your supper? You also did not have your supper, I suppose. There's nobody home at my house, said the boy. Then we'll eat, said the woman. Now the woman said, then we are going to eat together. I believe you are hungry or been hungry to try to snatch my pocketbook. Now the woman said, the way you were snatching my pocketbook, that made you hungry. Okay, so we are going to eat food now. I wanted a pair of blue suede shoes, said the boy. Now the boy said why he wanted to snatch the purse. He said that he wanted a pair of blue suede shoes. Well, you did not have to snatch my pocketbook or to get some suede shoes, said Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. You could have asked me. Ma'am, the water dripping from his face. The boy looked at her. There was a long pause, a very long pause, because the boy was thinking, whose purse did I snatch? She is ready to give me the money to buy the shoes. Why did I snatch her purse? After that, he had dried away his face and, not knowing what else to do, dried it again. He had no answer to say the woman, so he began to dry his face again and again. The boy turned round, wondering what next. The door was open. He could make a dash for it down the hall. He could run, run, and run. The woman was sitting on the day bed. After a while, she said, I were young once, and I wanted things I could not get. There was another long pause. The boy's mouth opened. Then he frowned, but not knowing he frowned, the woman said, You thought I was going to say, but didn't you? You thought I was going to say, but I did not snatch people's pocketbooks. So the woman said that though I needed things when I was young, I never snatched people's pocketbooks. Well, I wasn't going to say that. Please, pause, silence. I have done things too, which I would not tell you, son. So she said, I have done many jobs, which I cannot tell you what jobs I have done in order to get the things which I needed. Neither tell God. So she said, I can't even tell God, who is just inside me, what I have done, if He didn't already know. So you sit down while I fix us something to eat. You might run that comb through your hair so you will look presentable. So she even gave him a comb and said that you brush your hair properly and make yourself presentable. In another corner of the room, behind a screen, was a glass plate and an ice box. Mrs. Jones got up and went behind the screen. The woman did not watch the boy to see if he was going to run now, nor did she watch her purse, which she left behind on the day bed. The purse was left behind, but now the boy did not go near it. But the boy took care to sit on the far side of the room, where he thought she could easily see him out of the corner of her eye, if she wanted to. He did not trust the woman, not to trust him, and he did not want to be mistrusted too. So he did not want the woman also to mistrust him, and he also did not mistrust the woman. So he sat down. "Do you need somebody to go to the store?" asked the boy. "Maybe to get some milk or something?" "Don't believe I do," said the woman, "unless you just want sweet milk yourself." Now the boy said, "Do you want somebody to go to the shop beside and bring milk for you?" Now the woman said, "Yes, of course I will need somebody if you want to drink sweet milk. I was going to make cocoa out of this canned milk I got here." Now she said that I was going to make cocoa out of a canned milk which I have in my house. "That will be fine," said the boy. She heated some lima beans and meat she had in the ice box, made the cocoa, and set the table for both of them. The woman did not ask the boy anything about where he lived, or his folks, or anything else that he would embarrass him. Instead, as they ate, she told him about her job in the hotel, beauty shop that stayed open late, what the work was like, and how was all kinds of women came in and out, blondies, redheads, and Spanish. Then she cut him a half of her 10-cent cake. She had a cake also at home, and she gave him half of the 10-cent cake which she had. "Eat some more, son," she said. When they were finished eating, she got up and said, "Now here, take this $10 and buy yourself some blue suede shoes. And next time, do not make the mistake of latching onto my pocketbook or nobody else's, because shoes come by devilish like that will burn your feet." That means what? If you get something in a devil's way, that will burn yourself. It will spoil yourself. So, do something that is worthy. Okay? "I got to get my rest now, but I wish you would behave yourself, son, from here on in." She led him down the hall to the front door and opened it. "Good night. Behave yourself, boy," she said, looking out into the street. The boy wanted to say something else other than "Thank you, ma'am." So he was thankful to the lady because she had taught him many things. He wanted to tell her something else also, but he could not. To Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones, but he could not do so. As he turned at the Baron's stoop and looked back at the large woman in the door, he barely managed to say "Thank you" before she shut the door. She had a very, very worthy character and a very hearty feelings. That is why she did not even expect a thank you from the boy. That's why She just shut the door when he went down. And he never saw her again. Many days the boy would go and stand near that place if she could see her, but he never saw her again. Okay, thank you children. This much for today. Okay, we are going to do the question answers from this chapter. Read the chapter very properly. It's very nice. Thank you.